What's up, guys? I'm back, and today I wanted to revisit a YouTuber that I have covered before, and I wanted to do an update video on them. Yeah, last time I made a video of them, they were absolutely just lovely, and they're very aesthetic and cute. Today is a stick and poke video and a catch-up reunion, whatever you want to call it. CHRISS, Chris, on YouTube. Yep. And all of her videos say tattoo with me, so let's go. She also hasn't uploaded in like 6 months, and you know, she only did this channel for like 2 months, but I feel like she could have gotten a bit farther with it. If you see this, Chris, and you start doing YouTube again, you start doing some more videos, you got it going on. You got something going right, because you have twice as many subscribers and way more views than I do. Whenever you are and you pop out with some more videos, let me know, because I'd love to check them out. I like what you do. So she always does these cute aesthetic subtitles with pastel colors, and it's very cute and lovely, and it's good stuff. Oh, we got a face reveal. Okay, so we have some antibacterial spray stuff and a paper towel and a laminate surface with some tissue paper, small needle, the popsicle stick with the cap on it. People do that. It's extra weighted. It keeps it from tipping, especially when you do a paper towel type setup. I get the point of it, but paper towels don't really have any sort of protective barrier at all. You can get cling wrap from Dollar Tree. You know, it's just a little extra step. Right down your table, throw on the cling wrap, tape it. You want to keep yourself protected. I understand it's your sister, but technical standpoint, not the best. All right, scrunchie needs to go on your hair. Put that hair up. You do not want it falling around your setup, because you get grease and oils and stuff like that. You don't want it flopping around in the ink or the jelly or anything like that. Aww. Also, instead of these latex gloves, you can also just get, like, I use the clear latex for like doing your hair and stuff. I've noticed they tend to have like an extra powder in them, so when your hand sweats, your gloves don't start sliding all over the place. But also, even with me, I have big ass hands. It is hard to find colored latex gloves that will fit correctly, and these clear ones always seem to be on a bit of the smaller scale. So having fitted gloves is very important, so you can have a good hold on anything that you do. Gave up and decided to at least give myself a tat. Okay. Using a disposable pen. Not a huge biggie. Doing those cute aesthetic. Yeah, I like it. And it's that little pop in motion you got there, because that's a hard stretch to do. You really have to like squeeze it in there. I have a band-aid on, but it's such a small tattoo. Like, I get why you don't think the setup is like has to be crazy important, but you have a needle already open on a paper towel that somebody else had their hands on. So from my perspective, I'm thinking of like oils and bacteria and stuff, and it's not really the biggest deal, but to be as safe and as clean as possible is always top priority. And she's almost done. Very tiny tattoo. Still takes a good amount of time. Okay, so it is packed. She was very thorough, but you do see a lot of blowouts in there, which is the hard part when you're overlapping and you're punching those in. Like the little dots on her fingers, those are going to be pretty easy to just dip in there and you've got it. But when you're going through and trying to pack and make that lining more bold, that's mostly blown out. Touched up the dots. The dots will always fall out. I have dots on the tips of my fingers, and they have mostly fallen out. So it's just that skin regenerates and you use it for so many things, you just can't really protect it. If y'all have never seen any of my videos, I am huge about squeeze bottles, because she's using a contaminated glove to squeeze onto it so that bacteria is sitting on the top. Now if you go to wipe it off, if you don't use the right chemical, it will actually run down into the cap itself, and it can grow bacteria inside of it. Even if it's your own blood, you can still get sick from that once it's grown bacteria on it. Not the best setup, but for being small scale and being on herself, it's at her own risk, you know? And we do get it clean. We want it clean and crispy. It's a little swollen, it's a little blown out. It's definitely a different area to get into compared to the rest of the body, because she has a lot of arm stick and poke she's done on herself, so this is definitely different. But it is cute. I do like the touch up. I really like the little heart. That looks very nice. Little fail vid, yeah. It was good though, you did good. Okay, so the next one is her tattooing her friend, which y'all know me, I don't suggest tattooing friends no matter how close y'all are. I tattoo my husband every several months kind of thing. Just because I don't tattoo often enough, even with training, I just do it as a hobby every now and then. I don't mind giving myself bad tattoos. I already have plenty of bad tattoos. I'm just at that point in my life where I'm like, this is fun for me. I don't suggest tattooing other people without a license. That's just it. Alrighty. Same squeeze bottle. Different gloves. Still not great fitting. But yeah, we're getting there. Also, making the stencil fit. I have a lot of thigh tattoos. Like I said, I tattoo myself a lot. I've tattooed myself a lot. So whenever I place a stencil on myself, or whenever I would place it on somebody else, you always stand up, because when your leg is like this, everything just kind of falls naturally. That's how you're going to be walking around, right? When you bend it, that skin stretches on the top of the thigh so much. Like I have a wolf / dog portrait of my husky on one of my legs, and when I'm standing up, it's a normal dog. When I sit down, that stretch makes him just very elongated. So, you know, if I had put that stencil on sitting down, then whenever I would walk around, his face would have been smushed really bad. So I feel like the paper she's using is like the protective layer that goes in between stencil paper. I don't think that's the actual stencil paper. She's got her little ink cap in her hand, so you're not able to really get a stretch on that skin if you're having to keep your main fingers closed. And she's being thorough. She's being careful with that stencil. It is tricky. I don't really know what her lighting situation is like. That whipping motion, you don't get that with tattooing. You really just angle it and keep your wrist locked up. That's the difference, I think. Because when you tattoo, you really just move more with your elbow than you don't move with your wrist. So, but she does have it lubed up. So it is gliding in there. Even she's like, here, let me give you a stretch. And it is a type of stretch where you can actually just like push it down to create that stretch around where your fingers are pushing down. That does work, but I don't personally do that. I've seen other artists do it, but I think I see some blowouts in the feet, which with stick and poke, I really just don't. I don't expect perfect lining, because you're doing this by hand and you don't have a consistent motion through it. So it's just not, I don't really think it's possible not to do blowouts. I think the point is to really get that ink in there rather than that patchiness that most people have. But when you get into the little toe areas and the little fingers, that's the most likely area to blow out in. Those lines are really, really close together. Right where that eyelid is, down by the knee, that's a very easy spot to blow out, because you've already entered that skin basically. She does seem like she has a clean room that she's working in. I can't say I'm in there, so I don't know. And I don't know if she's sitting on a pillow, like a bed sort of situation, or if she's in a chair. I don't know. Oh, she's just taking pictures. That's so sweet. Very supportive. Those are very thin little areas, so you can see those blowouts kind of popping in between those lines, which is just how skin works. But getting those fine little details in, that's when you can see that fogginess start to really pop up. And we're almost done. Also, connecting those lines is a very easy area to blow out. This is more of a technical piece than you would think, because it's all just straight lines, all just small details. It's very tricky to do. Final results. Yep. Looks like a stick and poke for sure. Has some technical issues, but I liked it. I enjoyed that. It was just fun joining in on the journey, you know? Okay, first off, we have a wrap table. Good stuff. Natural lighting, which is very bright in that room, so that helps, but still, just having that obnoxious light does help. It just does. Just angling it so that you're not casting shadows and missing, you know, stencils that are falling off and stuff like that. You do need a light, but okay, so she got her gloves. She's got that set up. Not a whole lot of paper towels. I always set up a fat fucking stack of paper towels just for cleaning, wiping, bottles, everything like that. I get the purpose of what she's doing. My suggestion is, if you're not using it, it needs to go. It needs to be set away just so it doesn't end up getting bumped into or cross-contaminated just on accident. It's that flicking skin going on. Also, the table's not fully wrapped, and that's exactly where she's tattooing right now. I always wrap like anything within like a 1 to 2 foot radius of whatever area I'm working in. I wrap outside of that, because you never know. People move around. You readjust things on the setup, and see, like, the idea is there, like, she's supporting it, but you don't actually have an armrest to keep them stable. You don't have actual support from that hand so much. The idea is there, but it's just like a casual thing. It's not like a pull it out there and tighten it up and all that. Also, I don't think she shaved them, because I'm seeing a lot of baby hairs on there. I do like how she's reapplying that jelly just to keep things hydrated and gliding in properly. And if she's ever tattooed on this table before, you know she's doing a good job of cleaning it. It's just those creases in between where the wood connects on the corners and stuff that will still hold bacteria. Wrapping over that like she's done on the other side would have been perfectly fine. I think if I was gonna do a setup on this table specifically, it would have been used as the armrest, which you definitely would have room for if you scooted that other stuff out of there. And I don't know how important it is to have a weighted needle. I mean, obviously it works for her just with the hand motion to get the ink in there. It's not super solid. Didn't shave it, but for what it is in there. I don't expect super consistent lining, but for what that is, that's actually not bad. Like, she has an understanding of how the ink should look when it gets in the skin. And it's better than most stick and poke that I've seen, honestly. It's cute. Also, stuff like this is not like just irreversible damage. You just take a slightly thicker liner if you end up hating it and just go over it, and it's all good. I think my biggest question is, did she take down her setup and redo it? Or is this just a different angle of the same stuff? Because that's hard. That's the hardest part to tell. I do know she did switch out her gloves. Those are cleaner gloves. I really don't understand how this technique works because I am like a traditional machine artist, whatever, hobbyist, whatever you want to call it. So her method is definitely way different than how I would approach it. Maybe I need to do a stick and poke video. I don't know. I'm in the middle of moving right now. I have 2 weeks till I move, so my uploading's been kind of weird, especially with the tattoo videos, but I am really looking forward to a new setup, so maybe I'll do some stick and poke tryouts in the future just to see what I think of it because I've never done it before. One thing that does bug me is that tattoo is not wrapped. And some people are like, well, you don't need it wrapped if it's already all bled out and blah, blah, blah. But you got a very nice aesthetic room. You don't want them dripping plasma or just wiping it on your nice stuff. Plus, you're just spreading out bacteria at that point because, just accidentally rubbing on something and then that transfers and that transfers to something else. You could have a completely contaminated space by the end of that. Nice. Yeah, they do match. They're done by the same artist, and that is a big part of matching. They are a bit different, but for a hand-done drawing, yeah, no, it's cute. It's a cute thing to get together. I got a matching tattoo one time with a boyfriend, and it did not turn out good at all. Thanks for watching. Haha. So I'm just kind of like looking at her comments, and no one's been like super hateful or anything. She's got, a good little following going. She has twice as many subscribers as I do, so people are watching her stuff. I don't know where you went, girl. I enjoy watching your stuff. I don't think it's the most sanitary or anything, and I don't, part of my disclaimer is always, I don't intend to bash or belittle anyone. I review other people and determine what I would have done in my own professional setting. I used to be licensed. I was licensed for 3 years. I've had technical training. I've had hundreds of tattoos done on other people. I mean, this used to be my life back in the day. So anything that I say is more on an informative side to help other people if they're continuing their own thing, because I don't have control over what other people do. I'm not saying this is bad. I think it needs tweaking for sure on the technical side, on the cross-contamination and the setup a little bit, just to keep things a little bit safer for everybody. It's on its way for sure. If she's still doing these tattoos, it's on its way. Just tweak it a little bit, keep yourself safe, keep other people safe. And I'm not your mom, so I can't tell you to stop. I mean, if this is something you enjoy doing, it's cool. It's cool. It's always on her videos are on such a small scale that it's not like detrimental to somebody. Like, I feel like single lines and small scale, if something were to go bad, like really, really bad, like staph or something, I feel like for the size that it is, it would be easy to see warning signs in it. It's not color packing. It's not a half sleeve lining session or anything like that. I think her videos are really cute. If she doesn't continue tattooing, I would really like to see something in this same aesthetic, I know a lot of people that I have reviewed that this is the only way they get views is by tattooing, and that's just an exhausting way to go. Like, I could tattoo myself for views, maybe. Like, I'm still on the fence about that. I've been on YouTube for over a year now, and I'm still like, I don't think I should upload myself tattooing myself. I just don't. I don't want that kind of heat. I don't want that. I don't want other people's opinions or anything, so yeah. I like her videos a lot. I hope she hops back on and makes some more, because they're really fun to watch. Yeah, y'all look forward to a new setup coming soon. I might have to hop off of here for a week or two at some point just to get my real life in order. So we'll see how that goes. I'm moving in 2 weeks. I'm going to have to unpack. Well, I have to pack my house. I have to tear down this game room for when we move and put the house on the market. I'm going to be stupid busy for the next couple of months at least. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I hope to see y'all soon. If you could give me a like, help out my channel, share it to anybody you know who tattoos outside of their house and maybe help them out a little bit. That would be good to me. And that would be good for them probably. So I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
I got a matching tattoo one time with a bow